Hi everyone, it's Laquita. I wanted to come and do a quick video and share with you some things that I made for dear sweet friend. Her name is Janine. Hi Janine. Janine is Vintage Shabby Chic on YouTube, and she's such a lovely lady. If you all don't know her, please go over and take a look at her channel and all of the goodies that she makes. She's such a talented lady. We decided to do a swap together, and it's been a while ago that we decided to do this, but we have just, both of us have just had, a lot going on, and so I'm excited to say that we are going to get our packages in the mail. So, but actually by the time that this video goes up, she will have already received the things that she's getting from me. And what we decided to swap was a fabric pouch and a fabric book. So let me get started and show you what I made for her. I made this pouch here out of a crocheted placemat, and let me flip it over and you can actually see through the fabric. You can see the crocheted placemat in there. And then I've just covered it with this fabric that has all of these corded flowers and leaves on there. And then I've just trimmed the edge with a little bit of lace that has pearls and sequins on it. And then back to the front, I've just gone around the image with some bridal snippets, and then I've added this stunning bow, which I got from Donna Little. And Donna, I sure hope you get more of these. They're just beautiful. They're totally covered in sequins. Can you just see the glimmer, the sparkle on there? Totally covered in beads and sequins. So I just thought it was the perfect fit for this pouch. And then I've just added a beaded and rhinestone trim there and a little pleated trim along the edge there. And then on the inside, I finished it off with a sheer fabric and then a little bit of lace around the edge there. I've put my name on there, and then a little bit of lace across the edge there. And inside I made a couple of little, they're like little wall hangings. And this one, as you can see, it's got an image of a lady on there, and I've again just gone around it with a lot of different little snippets of laces and bridal appliques, and I've added a really large pom-pom trim and some fringe at the bottom. It's made on one of those large hangers, and then the back has a doily, and I've gone around the edge also with some tulle, some pleated tulle. So that's that one. And then the other one has a little bit of color on it. And again, another image. Both images, as you can see, the ladies are wearing hats, and this one, she has on a hat that's got pink flowers on it. And so I've just trimmed this one with a little bit of pink embellishments and a little bit of gold, and there's some pink and gold tassels hanging over on this side, and then a little bit of lace and another lace here, which I put some sequins and beads in the center of the flowers. It's also on one of those large pins, and this one has a beaded trim that goes around. It's almost hidden, but it goes all the way around the edge. It's also finished with a doily on the back, and this one has a really long fringe on it. I just wanted to do something different on that one. So those are the two little wall hangings that will go along on the inside of there. Now let me get to the book and show you the book that I made for her. And this book is a little bit different from most of the books that I've made, because I didn't do a lot of coverage. I didn't cover up a lot of what's on the front of the book. I was just trying to get the tissue paper back in place because it's kind of falling out. I just added a few flowers and this gorgeous brooch right here, which is just pinned on, and But the fabric that I use on the front cover of this book is just absolutely stunning. I wished you could see the true colors. It's kind of a rose gold color on cream, and all of this work that you see on here was on the fabric. I didn't do any of that. The fabric actually came like that with the rhinestones and then all of the beading and everything that's on there. It's just a really gorgeous fabric. So as I said, I just made a couple of flowers that I put on there, and then I've added a few little appliques there. And then the spine is done in a fabric that has sequins on it. There's two different sizes. You'll see a larger one and then itty bitty ones right in there. And then of course I've added the, it's kind of a rose gold trim on the edge. And then the back is done in a satin fabric. So let's take a look on the inside. And also going around the edge, this loopy trim that I've added on there is done in a cotton. On the inside of the book, I've added another loopy trim going all around, and this one is a satin ribbon trim. And then the first page here, I got this applique from Neary's shop. She's DC Scrappin' Rooster, and I've just cut the applique apart and framed it, you know, used it to frame all the way around the page. And then I have this brown velvet fabric here, and you can see it's got little sequins kind of here and there on the fabric. And in the pocket, I made a tag to go down in the pocket, and I've just gone around that image there with lots of different flowers. And let me put the book down so you can see it a little bit better, with lots of different flowers and appliques and things. I've got a little bit of beading there on the side, and some lace and some fringe across the bottom. I didn't put anything in the pocket because I wanted to give this to Janine to use as a gift if she'd like to, and so she can tuck a note down inside and pass that on to someone if she'd like to. So that's the first inside cover, rather, the pocket page. And then the next page is done in browns and golds, and it kind of almost looks like it has a gypsy theme, but I didn't go too crazy with the colors. So I've just got mostly browns and golds and a little bit of cream here and there. I've got a little bit of brown tulle fabric at the bottom here that has some embroidery work, and then under there you see the gold lace, and then a cream colored lace under there, and that gold lace under there is the same as this part that's up here. Then I've got a fiber trim going around the edge there, and then a gold lace, and underneath there you'll see this gorgeous trim. And I bought this trim like that. I did not do the bead work on there, but it's just covered in sequins and beads. It's a gorgeous trim. And then I've added a little bling here and part of a Battenberg lace behind there, and then some little tassels across the edge. So that's that page. Then the next page is done in mostly in creams and browns, and I'm not going to go over everything. It's just lots of different laces and just a large flower. The fabric that I use in the background is actually a crocheted fabric, and it's got sequins in it. It was something that I bought, but you can see it. It's peeking out here and in different places. So that's that page. Then the next page, I've gone around another image there with, this one has a little bit more sparkle. I've done some bead work all around here, and I've added a really pretty trim down this edge, which was something that I bought. And then I know you can't see it on the camera, but all of this cream area here is covered in sequins. And I know I won't be able to show it to you. The camera's just not going to pick it up, but those are all flat back, I said sequins, but I meant flat back pearls all along there. And then it's got lots of dangles hanging down. And then this piece, I made this piece. I started with like a 1-inch circle of felt, and then I stitched all of these pearls and beads onto it just to make that little cluster there. Okay, the next page is done in red and cream beads and a little bit of green. And so I've just gone around the image with, they're kind of a burgundy color red flower and a little bit of trim. And then this part here, I did not make this. It was actually a part of a yoke piece, and I cut it in half. And you can tell it's larger on that side and gets, you know, a little skinnier as it comes over here, and that's because it was shaped, you know, it was like a yoke piece. But I did add all of the beading that's hanging from it. And then I've got a beautiful sequin fabric that's hanging under there. And that's pretty much it on that page. The next page also done in red or burgundy. And I love that image. I've added a little bit of green and a little bit of kind of taupey color there. And then pearls just going around, and a beautiful tulle fabric at the bottom that's trimmed in beads and sequins, and added a few little tassels there. So that's that page. Then the next page done in browns and creams, and this was a curtain or drapery fabric that had all of these flowers that were stitched onto it, and a couple of them I actually cut out and glued them to the page because I just needed to fill in that area up there a little bit more. But I've done, this is all beading around here. These are some flowers that I dyed and made a little tassel here, and then just finished off the page with some laces and some trims at the bottom. And then the next page is done in, this is kind of a coral color here, and then I've got a deep burgundy going in the back, and then some golds, and even the tassels have gold and burgundy in them. And then I've just got a handmade flower there, and a doily that I've put in the background there. And these flowers I made, and this flower here I made, but this work was actually already done on this tool. And so that's that page. And then this page, let's go ahead and get that out of the way, done in blue and gold. And it's probably my favorite page. I absolutely love this page, and I think the image is probably my favorite too. This tulle fabric, or this lace right here, actually has these flowers that were stitched into the lace, and I've cut some of them out and put them here across the bottom. I added the beads that are in the center of each of the flowers. And then it's got an applique here, and then a different one that's hanging over on this side. This is one of those pieces, those beaded sari appliques that I got from Donna Little. And then underneath there, there's a gorgeous gold beaded piece there, and then there's some dark blue beaded trim across the top there. So that's that page. And then the last page, I did another pocket page, and I used this stunning gold fabric. I've added a trim. This was not a part of the fabric. This was something that I added to it. And it actually flips up, and then you can get to the pocket. And then that same trim, I've added a piece of it right here in the center of the pocket. And I've just put a little glassine bag in there with some images in it for Janine to use for however she might like to. But that is it. That is the book that I'm going to send off to her, and the pouch. So I have a couple of other things that I can show you that I'm going to send along with those things for her. I decided to do an altered box, and I did it in a gypsy style. So it's done also kind of in a crazy quilt style, because I've got sections of different fabrics. This one is like a crushed, well, this one is actually a crushed velvet, but this one is also a velvet, but it's like it's got little folded lines or little creased areas in it, so it's got a little bit of a different texture to it. And then this one is a solid smooth velvet up here. And then I've just gone all around the image with lots of different appliques and trims, and I made a little tassel here at the bottom, which is caught in the door. There we go. And then it does have a clasp on it. The original clasp that came on the box is still there, so she can actually close it. And inside I've just finished it off with some scrapbook paper, and I've used a lace to create a pocket there so she can store a few things in there. The trim going around the edge of this box was from Diane LeCompte. Thank you, Diane. She sent that to me. It was some of the extra goodies that she sent when I did my challenge over a year ago, but I still have so many things from you all that I need to use, so I'm slowly starting to incorporate them into some of my projects. But that is the box that I made for her, or altered rather. And then the one more thing I wanted to show you is a little handbag, a little purse that I made for her. And the purse, I did make the bag, but everything that you see on the bag was pretty much stuff that I already had. You know, it's cut from appliques and laces and things like that. And the only thing that I made on here were these two little flowers down here, and everything else was already something that I had. I've added the beads all along the flap, and then the back, you can see it better on the back, this gorgeous fabric. This was actually part of a curtain, and it came with these little clusters of beads at the bottom, and then I've just you know, put it on top of the actual bag, and then added some tassel trim across the bottom. I've got a few little laces there at the top, and I've added a strap here, which is made also from some curtain fabric, and I use that same curtain fabric to line the inside of the bag so you can see it there a little bit better. And just added a little lace across the top edge. On the inside, I've got another little pouch that I decorated it, and it's in the same fabric. I used the same curtain fabric that I've used on the bag to cover the pouch. Now, I did not make this pouch, all I did was alter it. So it was just a plain canvas pouch, and I've just added, you know, lots of different little appliques and things to it. And I've used some of the same beading that's on the purse to put on the zipper pull, and I've got some goodies tucked inside there for her. So that's some of the things I'm going to get into the mail for Janine. I enjoyed doing this swap and making all of these items. I had so much fun. So Janine, I sure hope you like what I made for you, and I'll be back as soon as I can and share with you the items that Janine sent to me, and I'm so excited. I just cannot wait to share those things with you. So thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.